day after day, just terrible times for everybody, especially the farmers who brought the Chinese people their food. People were dying. Hey guys, how are you? Today I want to start by telling you a story. In Chinese culture, there's a popular myth called Kuafu Chased the Sun. One year there was a terrible heat wave. Temperatures were soaring day after day, just terrible times for everybody, especially the farmers who brought the Chinese people their food. People were dying. Legend has it that there was this tribal leader named Kuafu in the northern areas of eastern China, and he wanted to do something about it. He decided that he would chase after the sun, chase the sun away. And that's what he did. He started chasing the sun over mountains, through valleys. It was very tiring, and the heat was burning down. He got very thirsty. He was so hot and thirsty that he drank all the water of the Yellow River and the Wei River, and he kept on chasing. Unfortunately, he died of thirst. This story, which is still told today by mothers and fathers to their children all over China, teaches the lesson of persistence, of sacrificing for your community, never giving up. I thought about that story, which I actually learned from my students. As I'm sitting here in my apartment, basically just waiting out this heat wave that has been striking China for 2 months now. If you pay any attention to the news in China, you probably know about rivers drying up, about electricity problems because of hydroelectric power being rationed, about, I'm sure that there have been deaths, but I don't know how many. Actually, full disclosure, the heat wave kind of broke yesterday. Today is a cloudy day. It's probably not going to get beyond 97, 98 today, so maybe we're done. I see that there's rain in the forecast in a few days. But I digress. This video today, I've been thinking a lot, I've been inside a lot. I've been preparing for classes, not taking walks. It has really been, it's been terrible. It's just been a heat wave, and the farthest I've walked, basically, I've walked to campus a couple times, but mostly I just walked to Starbucks and a noodle house. In addition to the Chinese myth, about a few weeks ago, I picked up a novel, The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Great American novel, great American author, tells the story of the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. Dust Bowl refers to when the crops dried up, terrible weather conditions, and this was during the Depression, the Great Depression of the 1930s, and follows the Joad family, which among all the other poor tenant farmers, they just basically had nothing left. They packed up and headed to California with the promise of a better life down the road. Actually, it wasn't just the heat that inspired me to pick up this novel. It is that, things repeat. China, America, the rest of the world, we've been dealing with drought and floods, tremendous natural disasters, also, of course, pandemics. We can think to the Spanish flu in 1917. So, things tend to be cyclical in a way. I am not at all downplaying or denying or discounting the role of climate change in, the the last 20 or 30 years here. That's not what this is about. But The Grapes of Wrath, it's just such a tremendous, well, I guess it's an anti-capitalist novel. It talks about how the banks took over the farms, automation really, mechanization, the advent of a tractor that could do the job of many men on the farm made them obsolete. And so banks were buying up farms and kicking people off their land. And then came the drought, and like I said, they moved west for the hope of a better time. Reading Steinbeck, oh my God, I mean, he's so tremendous. He's possibly my favorite American author, just a classic American writer. And I want to read you a little, and I want you to know that I am not a good reader out loud. I can't even speak. Just reading some of the descriptions of the drought from the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl era of the 1930s in Oklahoma. It really echoes what I see in the pictures of China today, and of course, all over the world. All right, I've made my way to Starbucks, where I usually wind up, especially in the summertime, and especially this blazing summertime. It's my other place, my third place. The sun flared down on the growing corn day after day, until a line of brown spread along the edge of each green bayonet. The clouds appeared and went away, and in a while, they did not try anymore. The weeds grew darker green to protect themselves, and they did not spread anymore. The surface of the earth crusted, a thin, hard crust, and as the sky became pale, so did the earth become pale. Pink in the red country and white in the gray country. In the water-cut gullies, the earth dusted down in dry little streams. Gophers and antlions started small avalanches. And as the sharp sun struck day after day, the leaves of the young corn became less stiff and erect. They bent in a curve at first, and then, as the central ribs of the strength grew weak, each leaf tilted downward. Then it was June, and the sun shone more fiercely. The brown lines on the corn leaves widened and moved in on the central ribs. The weeds frayed and edged back toward their roots. The air was thin and the sky more pale. And every day, the earth paled. As the day went forward, the sun became less red. It flared down on the dust-blanketed land. The men sat in their doorways of their houses. Their hands were busy with sticks and little rocks. The men sat still, thinking, figuring. It's an incredible book. Okay, back home. Fully showered, ready for the rest of my day, preparing classes. I want to apologize if it was too noisy in the Starbucks, and I definitely want to apologize for my terrible reading skills. How I made it through high school, let alone get a graduate degree, I will never know. Anyway, between the story of Kuafu and the John Steinbeck, Grapes of Wrath, it's really amazing how, we've been through this before. I am not saying that this is the same. Obviously, climate change is a bitch, and we're going to have to deal with it one way or another. But we have been through adversity, for hundreds and thousands of years. And, that's just, to go all Lion King on us, that's the grand circle of life, right? I guess, I'm going to end this video now. I know it was a little different. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button. Drop a comment below. And share this video. Sharing is caring. And finally, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe.